everyone, it's Betsy. Today I'm going to show you a little bit more of my Life Began in a Garden planner. I gave a little sneak preview video earlier today, and I just want to go over it a little bit and show you one or two little tips and tricks that I did in making this planner. I had seen the Happy Planners at Michael's, and it came to me that, shoot, I can make my own planner, and that's what I did here. The first thing I did was I got my materials together, and I used the Stamperia papers. These are just gorgeous 12 by 12 papers. I believe there are 10 of them in here, and they are just all, 10 double-faced sheets. So there's a design on each side, and I used every single sheet, and as well as bits and pieces of the cover sheet. So the next thing I needed were these discs. These are metallic teal, and I will link below where I found these on Amazon. They're by a company called Talia. Here's some other ones that I got. These are plastic ones. They come in different sizes. You can get large ones down to smaller ones, like a 1-inch size. You get 11 pieces, and for this particular size, I needed 9. So the metallic ones are much more expensive. I'm not sure why they're so expensive. I don't know, but they're beautiful. They really are, and they are more of a, I would say they're metal, but I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. These are definitely plastic, and these are much, much cheaper. These come in all different colors, and I think they're nice too, but these are just very showy and pretty, my very favorite. So the next thing I did was I just figured out my layout and how I wanted to put my pages. I knew right away I wanted this to be my cover page, so I went ahead and I laminated this. And I bought, for the first time, I'd never used this before. I used to be a teacher, and I used to have a laminating machine available to me, but I don't anymore, of course. And this is by Scotch, and it's single-sided self-seal laminating sheets. It's photo safe, and you get 10 sheets in a package. I got these off Amazon, and we'll link below. They're 8.5 by 11 inches. So I found this very easy to do. There's a grid on the back of the laminating sheets that you can just follow, and you just slowly adhere it to whatever you want to laminate. And so I laminated the front cover, I laminated the back cover, and I laminated a few little things, some of the little tags and cards inside as well. Let's see if you can see that there. So what I did with this is I just added a little brad here with a ring, and put some little gardening charms on here. I have a little trowel and a little seeds pack and a little birdhouse, and I just thought that was cute. It says Life Began in a Garden, and I used these beautiful Prima flowers throughout the book. And I also got this from the cover sheet that says My Garden Feeds My Soul, and I laminated that and cut it out and glued it on there. So the neat thing about all these pages is that they fit right on these discs, and I invested in one of the punchers. You can get this at Michael's. That's where I bought mine. and it's actually made for the Happy Planner, which is what they sell there. They're fairly expensive, but you can get them on sale. If you like this idea and you don't want to make it yourself, you can purchase those planners right from Michael's. But I wanted to make my own, and I wanted to use my own papers and design it myself. So I felt like this would be a very worthwhile investment. I could also make them for gifts for people, and maybe make one or two to sell as well in my Etsy shop. So I used my coupon for this, and I think it might have come to about $20. I think. Don't quote me on that, but it wasn't too bad with the coupon. So I'm going to show you how to use this a little bit later. Then what I did is I just started creating with the papers. I made a pocket here and put a little card in there and laminated this part. I could put a little label there for something. And I thought this would be a cute little spot if I wanted to put a seed packet in there. And then I just I took my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sheets again and printed them out. I used an aqua on the front and made the back a pink. And those colors I thought went really pretty with the disc color, which is kind of a teal. I would call it a teal. So I have those, like 4 sheets of those. And all of these papers are primarily from that Stamperia packet. I made this into a little card that just flips. And this is so neat how you can do this. And it's very, very easy, which I'll show you in a minute. Another little slot here and another pretty flower. I used a decorative die cut for this border. Then I made a little side corner pocket here with a little card from the packet for journaling. I just think those papers are just gorgeous. More of my planning sheets. And then I came up with this idea. I thought this turned out so cute. I sell these mason jars in my Etsy shop, and I've decorated them with digital elements. And I printed this out 2 times, and I glued them together just along the edges, and I left the top open. So then I took I hope I'm in frame here. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure I am. Inside the jar, I put these pretty little labels, kind of like, oh, what do you call those? The little plant sticks with thyme, sage, and basil put on top, and they just fit right inside my little jar. So I really like how that turned out. And this is just to show you how you can use things like this in this type of a setup, and just punch 4 or 5 holes to make that work, and it just becomes a nice little flip. Sorry about the dogs. I think it's my Yum Yum. Yeah, I think it's Yum Yum making that noise. So another pretty paper here. And I made a pocket at the bottom here with some more of my little labels. Some pretty pink shabby roses. Another flip card that opens up. You can do journaling inside. And some more planning pages. And I do have these in my Etsy shop if you're interested in those. I do have those for sale. I fussy cut a little butterfly there. And here's another pocket I made with this beehive engraving. And this came in the Stamperia papers, and I just cut them apart. They're the little calendars, and on the back of each one, it has the name of a month and a little place where you can journal. So I decorated a long envelope, put a flower again on the top, decorated both sides, and I just glued down the flap on this side. I had made a mistake down at the bottom here, and to cover it up I just cut out this flower decoration and put some glitter on, and I thought that turned out so pretty. So these just slide right back inside the envelope and fit back in the pocket. And then I have this pretty sheet here, and just an example here, I just cut this sheet smaller. You know, it was just one of the leftover pieces, and that fits perfectly there. Some more planning pages. I think I have 4 in each section. And then this sheet, I made another small slot down at the bottom just to add some little things here. Takes a long time to grow an old friend. And this says, life is full of beauty. Another flower, and I used the Martha Stewart die cut, border die cut for that. Just another little pocket here, little slot for journaling. And on this side, I added a little brad with this tab, and that can move, and you can just open this little tea-dyed doily, and another little journaling card here, and underneath it says be thankful. The little fussy cut boot from the package. And then here I have a rustic tag, and I just put in the holes at the very top, so they just fit in here. And if I wanted to, say I wanted to stamp this tag, all I need to do is just pull them out like this, and I'd have my tag. I could use it for something else if I wanted. I could put it somewhere else in the book if I wanted, but that's how easy it is with these discs, and I really, really love that. Here's another one, same thing. I only used 3 of the discs this time. Another pretty paper. For this one I made a belly band, and I tied a pretty vintage rosebud ribbon around it, and underneath I have that pretty embossed paper that's coffee dyed, and that just fits under there to write notes, or just because it's pretty. And this paper I got from a lady on Etsy. I bought some of her papers from her Etsy shop, and I thought that looked really pretty in here, and I needed another one, so I used that. I'll try to link her shop down below as well. She has some beautiful papers. And this is my last page here. I made another little belly band, and I added the words grow beauty. Another little card, and it just slides under. Another pretty little flower, and in this case, this little tab here could come out. You could write on it. You could, if you gave this book as a gift, you could write a note to the person you were giving it to. You could write your name here, whatever. But I thought that was kind of cute, and I just used 1 disc to hold that in. And on this side, just that pretty paper from the Stamperia collection. And this is my final backside page, which I laminated. So it makes it a nice, sturdy cover and keeps it safe and protected a little bit. And that was it. And I enjoyed making that so much, but I want to show you how I do this with the paper cutter. let me get to a page. Here we go. Suppose I wanted to add, say, this little card that I had extra. You know, it was a leftover piece of paper, cardstock, and I just folded it in half. Rather than clip it on or do it that way, I could just put it in my book and make a little folder right inside the book. So what I do is I decide where I want it. Do I want it up at the top? Do I want it down at the bottom? Or do I want it in the middle? Well, if I try it down at the bottom, you can tell that I don't quite have enough room here to cut a hole. And so I don't want to put it there. And for the top, that would work out. But I think I prefer the middle the most because you have a nice even space from top to bottom, and that way it'll look kind of cute, flipping right in the middle of both sides. So what I do is I take my paper cutter and I'm going to take my little folder, and on the folded edge I'm going to put it right in the middle, and I'm just going to put it under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the little cutters, leaving 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Can you see that? So it's right in the middle, which is where it's going to be in my book. And I try to do it evenly, and then I just press and pull it out and see how it turns out. You have like a little opening, and then it's a little wider opening. And you take it, and all you have to do is go to the middle, and I just very gently push down, and voila, you have a little card that flips. I mean, I don't think there could be much of an easier system than this. I absolutely love it. Now here's a little tag, okay? So say I want to add this little tag with the window somewhere. You know, you could stamp on that side if you wanted, or write a note, or put a little picture. So let's say I want to put that here, okay? In this instance, I'm going to put this in the middle, but I only want it on, let's see, if I do that, well, I could do it this way too, and that one I think might work well. Let's see if I can just, if I can do it this way. If I do it like that, if I put it in here, it is going under 2. So, let's try it right there. Let's see if that will work out. Okay, this, I'm experimenting with you at the same time here because I have not tried this beforehand. So let's see if this will work out. So if I want that, that's going to be those 2. I'm going to put it right down the middle and keep it straight and punch it. Let's see if that works. So then I can put it right there and right there. And I have a little flip. So I really like that. Just to show you one more time. Let's see. Here's one that doesn't have too much. So first I decide, do I want this side to show on here, or do I want that side to show on here? I think I'm going to go with this side. Kind of like it going that way because that says garden there. So I want to punch it that way. And I'm going to do it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and leave 1 unpunched on each end. So I'm just going to put it inside here Make sure my ends are even on either side. You see? And then just make sure it goes all the way in. Let me make sure here again. I lost track here, what I was doing. I hope that works. If not, that's okay. But let's see if it worked. So I do this, and I like to kind of go right in the middle first. Just makes it a little easier. Yep, that's gonna work. And there you have a little flip card. So just a really easy system, and I think it's just fabulous, to tell you the truth. I have so many different ideas of journals and planners that I'm going to make as gifts, and as I said, maybe I'll sell a couple on Etsy as well. But this is something that anybody can make, and I highly recommend you try it yourself. And that's about it, everyone. I think I've shared everything I wanted to tell you about. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer. And thanks so much for watching. And I hope we all get out to garden soon. Take care. Bye-bye.